When I was a teenager, I worked at my dad's shop quite a bit during the summers and weekends, and had the opportunity to build some of my own cars and some hot rods, some really fun projects, as well as some other cars that I would just buy and then sell to friends or neighbors or friends from school. It was a little bit of a source of income for me and a way for me to learn the industry that my dad was a part of. But I ultimately decided I didn't want to be in the industry, at least not then, and I decided to pursue a calling that I believe God had put on my life for ministry. So I went to Bible college. So I wanted to be a missionary and work somewhere in an exotic location. God has a huge sense of humor. I landed right back in the town I went to high school in, and I feel called here now. But over those years of being in ministry for about 15 years, one of the things I learned through that experience was how to care for people. For us, we talk a lot about developing a culture of care for our employees, for our vendors, for our customers. We really value caring for people. It's more than just having a vision statement or a list of values on the wall. It's something that took a lot of time around the table and sharing and modeling before it finally kicked in. I think the biggest thing I learned is just how much work it takes to get something launched day after day, week after week. It's an enormous amount of effort to get something from 0 to 1. And then once momentum is created, things kind of start to take on a bit of a life of their own, and that the hard work, it truly does pay off. So we've set a very large goal in my organization to grow 10x. So when I bought the business in 2003, we were only doing about 10 cars a month. Last month, we did 127 cars. But we said, what if we could grow 10x again? That puts us north of $20 million. So when I first thought about doing 10 cars a month, getting to 100 seemed like a very large goal, like almost insurmountable. Like I didn't know if I'd even get there in my lifetime. Well, it turns out we got there in 10 years. And that gave me the courage, the bravery to say, what if we did 10x again in the next 10 years? So our goal is to go from those approximately 100 cars a month to 1,000 cars a month. Now that can't happen within any one shop that I know of. So that means we're going to have multiple locations. So that's why I started down this path of buying my second location this year. We're already looking at a third. So when you have a goal that big, it kind of calls out bravery from within you. But once you've achieved that goal on a smaller scale, but you've seen it happen, I think the confidence is already there for the next round. So right now, it's less a sense of wondering of how it's going to happen, and more sense of anticipation and excitement to keep moving towards that goal.